Epicurus, born in 341 BC, was an ancient Greek philosopher. He was a significant figure in the Hellenistic period, a time when Greek culture and influence were spreading far and wide. He founded a school of philosophy in Athens called the Garden. This school was unique because it welcomed women and slaves, which was quite progressive for its time. His teachings emphasized pleasure as the ultimate good. However, his concept of pleasure was not about hedonistic indulgence, but about achieving a state of tranquility and freedom from fear. Epicurus lived in a time of great social and political upheaval. The conquests of Alexander the Great had left Greece fragmented and in a state of constant change. The conquests of Alexander the Great had left Greece fragmented. Traditional values were in flux and people were searching for new ways to find meaning and happiness. Traditional values were in flux and people were searching for new ways to find meaning and happiness. Epicurus offered a philosophy of personal peace and fulfillment. Epicurus offered a philosophy of personal peace and fulfillment. He argued that the goal of life is to maximize pleasure and minimize pain. He argued that the goal of life is to maximize pleasure and minimize pain. But for Epicurus, pleasure was not about indulgence in physical desires. Epicurus defined pleasure not as sensual indulgence, but as the absence of both physical and mental distress. He believed that true happiness comes from inner peace and the absence of fear. He believed that by living a simple life, cultivating friendships, and freeing ourselves from irrational fears, we can achieve a state of lasting tranquility. His teachings encourage people to seek knowledge and understand the nature of the world. We can achieve a state of lasting tranquility. Epicurus's philosophy was not just theoretical, it was practical and aimed at improving everyday life. His ideas have influenced countless thinkers and continue to resonate with people seeking a balanced and fulfilling life. At the heart of Epicurean philosophy lies the principle of hedonism. This ancient school of thought, founded by the philosopher Epicurus, emphasizes the pursuit of pleasure and the avoidance of pain as the primary goals of life. But what exactly did Epicurus mean by pleasure and pain? Epicurus believed that pleasure is the ultimate good and pain is the ultimate evil. However, his definition of pleasure was not about indulging in every whim or desire. Instead, it was about achieving a state of tranquility and freedom from fear, which he called Ataraxia, and the absence of bodily pain, known as aponia. However, his understanding of pleasure was not one of reckless indulgence. Epicurus taught that the key to a happy life was to seek simple pleasures and to cultivate a state of inner peace. This meant prioritizing mental and emotional well-being over physical or material excess. Instead, he advocated for a measured and reasoned approach. He believed that by understanding the nature of our desires, we could make better choices that lead to lasting happiness. This approach required self-discipline and wisdom, as well as an understanding of what truly brings joy and contentment. He distinguished between two types of pleasures: natural and necessary, and unnatural and unnecessary. Natural and necessary pleasures are those that are essential for survival and well-being, such as food, water, and companionship. These are the pleasures that we should seek to fulfill in moderation. Natural and necessary pleasures, such as those derived from food, drink, and friendship, are essential for happiness. Epicurus believed that these simple pleasures, when enjoyed in moderation, lead to a more fulfilling and contented life. They provide the foundation for a stable and joyful existence. Unnatural and unnecessary pleasures, such as those derived from wealth, fame, or power, are ultimately fleeting and often lead to more pain than pleasure. These desires can create anxiety, competition, and dissatisfaction, diverting us from the true sources of happiness. Epicurus argued that we should seek to fulfill our natural and necessary desires in moderation, while avoiding those that are unnecessary and potentially harmful. By doing so, we can achieve a balanced and harmonious life, free from the turmoil that often accompanies the pursuit of excessive or superficial pleasures. This philosophy encourages us to find joy in the simple things and to cultivate meaningful relationships, leading to a more serene and contented existence. Epicurus advocated for a simple life, free from the pursuit of material possessions and social status. He believed that such pursuits create anxiety, and prevent us from achieving true happiness. By embracing simplicity, we can focus on what is truly important in life. This includes cultivating friendships, engaging in meaningful activities, and appreciating the present moment. Epicurus himself lived a simple life, finding joy in the company of his friends and the pursuit of knowledge. He taught that true happiness is found not in external things, but in inner peace and contentment. Friendship holds a central place in Epicurean philosophy. Epicurus believed that friends are essential for a happy life. He saw friendship as a source of both pleasure and support. Friends provide companionship, share in our joys and sorrows, and offer assistance in times of need. Epicurus taught that we should choose our friends carefully, seeking out those who share our values and contribute to our well-being. He believed that true friendship is based on mutual respect, trust, and affection. Section 5. Epicurus in the modern world, finding relevance in ancient wisdom. In today's fast-paced and materialistic world, Epicurus's philosophy offers a refreshing perspective. His emphasis on simple living, mindfulness, and meaningful relationships resonates deeply with many people. His teachings encourage us to slow down, appreciate the present moment, and cultivate relationships that bring us joy. Epicurus's philosophy is not about indulging in every whim, but about making conscious choices that lead to lasting happiness. It is about finding contentment in the simple things in life and appreciating the beauty that surrounds us. Section 6. The enduring appeal of Ataraxia. One of the key concepts in Epicurean philosophy is the idea of Ataraxia, which translates to freedom from disturbance or tranquility. Epicurus believed that achieving ataraxia is the ultimate goal of life. He argued that by freeing ourselves from irrational fears and desires, we can achieve a state of lasting peace and contentment. Ataraxia is not about becoming emotionless or indifferent to the world, rather, it is about experiencing emotions in a balanced and healthy way. It is about living in harmony with ourselves and the world around us. Section 7. Self-sufficiency, a key to freedom from disturbance. Epicurus also emphasized the importance of self-sufficiency. He believed that by reducing our dependence on external factors, we can gain greater control over our own happiness. This includes reducing our reliance on material possessions, social status, and the opinions of others. Epicurus taught that true freedom comes from within. By cultivating inner strength and resilience, we can navigate the challenges of life with greater ease and equanimity. Section 8. Criticisms and misinterpretations of Epicureanism. Throughout history, Epicureanism has often been misunderstood and misrepresented. Many people have a skewed perception of what Epicurus and his followers truly believed. Critics have accused Epicureans of being hedonistic and self-indulgent, suggesting that their philosophy promotes a life of unrestrained pleasure-seeking. However, this is a mischaracterization of Epicurus's teachings. Epicurus did not advocate for a life of excess and indulgence. As we have seen, Epicurus advocated for a measured and reasoned approach to pleasure. He emphasized the importance of intellectual pleasures over physical ones. He believed that true happiness is found not in excessive indulgence, but in living a virtuous and fulfilling life. This includes cultivating friendships, seeking knowledge, and living modestly. Epicurus's philosophy is not about seeking pleasure for the sake of pleasure. Instead, it is about understanding the nature of our desires and fulfilling them in a balanced way. It is about living in accordance with nature, fulfilling our natural desires in moderation, and cultivating a life of tranquility and contentment. By doing so, we can achieve a state of ataraxia or inner peace, free from fear and unnecessary desires. Section 9. Conclusion: the timeless wisdom of Epicurus. Over 2,000 years after his death, Epicurus's philosophy continues to resonate with people around the world. His teachings on simple living, mindfulness, and the importance of friendship offer timeless wisdom for navigating the complexities of life. In a world that often feels chaotic and overwhelming, Epicureanism provides a path to inner peace and fulfillment. By embracing the principles of Epicurean philosophy, we can cultivate a life of meaning, purpose, and lasting happiness.